Hi, I'm the Moroccan Angel, and I'm here to help others set things right with their Maker. Now, I need you to hear my heart here. This has nothing to do with being insensitive about the topic at hand. This is about paying attention to the signs that are right in your face. Sometimes humans can hold biased perceptions due to our own personal experiences and beliefs. And when those hopes or dreams or perceptions, if you will, which are really strong, they often defy and resist the basic, obvious truths that are right before us. I won't say all of us, but a great number of us have experienced this at some point or another, where we believed in something so strongly, and it took a few times of the truth hitting us repeatedly until we finally submitted and realized that what we're believing is false and often goes against the basic underlying premise of truth and facts. And that can be hard. That can be hard to accept, but it's absolutely necessary. You see, the Creator is truth, and those whose focus is strictly truth, the Creator sees this. And even if you do not verbally express this, but your heart is crying out for the truth of who the Creator is, He'll guide you. He'll guide you to the truth. But here's the thing, you've got to be willing to accept it. So usually there's a baseline, something that defines or establishes the truth. And usually it's quite simple. But when there are biases and emotions involved, what is plain and simple and clear often gets complicated and manipulated to kind of somewhat fit personal agendas. So, when speaking of matters of religion, such as Christianity, the baseline that establishes the truth of what that looks like is the Christian book, the New Testament. It defines in black and white, especially the Gospels, Jesus' own words of what not only defines what a biblical Christian is, but what the whole Christian experience looks like. So, some of the things that Jesus said specifically in relation to genuine biblical Christians is that he will give them power over all of the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt them. He said that the genuine Christian shall receive supernatural power when they are truly possessed by the Spirit of Jesus. They receive certain proofs or scriptural confirmations, if you will. And so it is His Spirit, His literal Spirit, being manifested through their vessel. Jesus said that His Spirit, His genuine Spirit, will inhabit the vessel of the true Christian to make them a witness. Now, a witness of Him, meaning evidence or proof of His Spirit, the truth of His words, or the proof that He's alive. It's clear that you can't be a witness of His manifested Spirit and the supernatural power of His words and presence if you're dead. There are those who see the reality of this, but in denial they'll say, well, I know they died while doing the work of Jesus, but do you see how many people heard the gospel because of their death? Well, tell me, where in the scriptures did Jesus say that this is the way in which He will draw men unto Himself? Through the death of His faithful followers. It's trying to find the good, the quote-unquote good, in a bad situation, instead of facing the reality of what has happened. So here we have three individuals, a young American couple, missionary couple, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, and the local director of missions in Haiti, Jude Montes, where he's the father of two young babies. They were all shot to death in Haiti. Missions in Haiti website states that its goal is to, quote unquote, see the gospel of Christ make a difference in the lives of Haiti's young people. This particular missions group focused on the children. Children, as we know through the scriptures, were the heart of Jesus. So these individuals, after prayer and consideration, believed that they were being led by the Spirit of Jesus to Haiti to help these children, and in the midst of doing so, they were gunned down and murdered. So just stop a moment and just think about this. They're doing what they strongly believe Jesus led them to do, to go to Haiti to help and be a missionary for Jesus, and they were killed. The question is, who led them there? Okay, it's written that Jesus himself declared that the Holy Spirit will guide you as a professing Christian into all truth, that he shall speak and show you the things to come. He shall dwell and be in you. How then did they not know? How did they not see it coming? Why wasn't it revealed to any of the professing Christians around them that they would in fact die on this trip? Okay, so the scriptures, there are a number of scriptures that confirm that it's literally the Spirit of Jesus himself walking through and manifesting himself through the genuine Christian. So, where was Jesus? Did he walk them or guide them to their demise? Or why did he not protect their lives? Did he not say, "Power over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you"? They were killed. And there's been thousands upon thousands of missionaries that were brutally murdered while in the act of supposedly carrying out the order of Jesus. They were teaching or spreading the gospel. Is this not disturbing? If it's not, it should be, because you absolutely cannot overlook the fact that they called upon Jesus for help while their lives were being taken from them. And Jesus himself declared that the genuine Christian will possess the supernatural power. Catch this now. They would possess the supernatural power to ask for whatever they will. And Jesus' promise was to fulfill it. Whatever the request, he will do exactly as they request, to glorify his Father in heaven. You cannot tell me that the missions leader did not ask Jesus to save his life for the sake of his two young children and his wife. I believe his children were the ages 2 and 6. How then did Jesus gain glory for his Father in the deaths of these individuals? It's either they weren't genuine Christians, or Jesus' promises cannot be trusted. And you may be asking, why? Why are you discussing this? Well, because if you are a professing Christian and you don't face these questions and look reality in the face and say, you know what? Why did they die? Especially if Jesus' powerful supernatural power and presence literally dwelled within them, as the scriptures note, this should be highly alarming. You see, the focus of this is to bring about self-awareness in direct reference to what you're believing in and who it is exactly that you've come to put your faith in. Is Jesus really capable of keeping you safe or guarding your life from death, sickness, disease, murder? Is he capable of doing this? Will your belief in Jesus safeguard you from harm? Will his promises shield you, or can they be trusted? Or should you be evaluating the authenticity of your claim to be a biblical Christian? It's rather careless, in my opinion, to just disregard the whole thing and say, well, I'll let Jesus sort it out when I'm gone. We see in Matthew, in the Christian book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 21, exactly how Jesus sorted it out for those who were convinced that they were companions of his, only to be told that they were not. And even more shocking, he declared that he never knew them. There are a number of professing Christians who claim that they are willing to die for Jesus, but yet they are not willing to live for Him. They are still satisfying and operating in the carnal mind. The scriptures are very clear that someone who is still carnally minded or operating in the flesh, they do not have His Spirit. So if you are going about throughout life under the belief that you are a biblical Christian, and of course you know this already, that your belief does not make it true. Your belief does not validate facts. The facts of Christianity are laid out in the Christian book, and they're laid out by the words of Jesus. He defines what a Christian is. So you have these individuals in Matthew chapter 7 who were absolutely convinced that they were Christians, if you will. And they were doing things that would be more convincing that they were Christians than what the modern church is doing today. And to their surprise and utter horror, he declared that he never even knew them. But if you're interested in asking the hard questions and understanding and discovering biblically aligned, fact-based answers to these questions surrounding biblical Christianity and what that experience looks like from a scriptural perspective as defined by Jesus himself, then I would like to encourage you to sign up for the Biblical Christianity class. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm the Moroccan Angel. And as always, do what is right. It matters.